guys are good. Welcome to the Police Apafasa Center, where good things are happening. We've got a lot of things happening today, and the nice thing is this, the daughter of Harry Belafonte is also here in South Africa, Cape Town, in the heart van die Cape Flats. And also, I don't know if you guys know Harry Belafonte. He's a singer, he's very popular, he was very famous, he is still famous, he's a legend. And I want you guys to just go Google Harry Belafonte, you will know his music. And also there's an unveiling of a bench as well, that will happening today. So guys, please do share this live, please do come and support it.
We'll share more about who we are and you know, the nice looking young man who's in front of you. I just want to quickly share who was here so that all of us will go to the main hall and then today's festivity will start. So to my left is the Itemba Youth Choir, that's Atabile, and then in the middle the beautiful Andy Sira from Isiba and South Africa, and this is PK from Nature Boys.
Hello
There's definitely Lisa Kanya from the Kailicha Youth Choir. So as I mentioned, there we go. So as I mentioned, more of this will be happening and today's proceedings will be explained when we are going in. But the most important element, we are here to celebrate. We are here to celebrate life. We are here to celebrate joy, kindness, peace, and unity. So what I usually say is don't walk with someone that you are familiar with. So Pierre, we need to divorce your wife just quickly, and she can go with someone else. And just go with someone who's not familiar with you. We will go inside. The choirs will take us and lead us, and inside we will be welcomed by the center manager and the director of this beautiful and amazing space. And if you haven't taken an opportunity to walk around it, do yourself a favor, do walk around it. It's a beautiful and healing environment. And so welcome and thank you so very much. You won't hear me speaking again, but it was great. Ciao.
Can I cut this? Yeah, we will. Can I cut it?
Tell them now on tripod. Oh yeah, you're going to tell them now that the former president of the presidency
Okay.
Stand again.
Hey guys, so the formal event will start now. I'm going to take you guys inside, but before I take you inside, I want to introduce you to the lady that was singing earlier class in dancing class. But this is a fun-packed day. It's a day we're going to do some amazing stuff and release that positive energy, like James will also say, that love factor into the Cape Flats. So stay tuned, we're going to introduce you to the lady. How are you? Good, I'm good.
Hi guys, my name is Andy Mbunje Kaka, the director of Biesemeyer with Uthando SA, spreading love and kindness all the time.
Yes. Tell me more about the dance that you were doing earlier on. What does it represent?
Okay, thank you. The dances that we're doing was a mixture of Tswane, Xhosa and Zulu, where we're trying to combine everyone as a society to be together. As you can see, we also have English songs, well-known songs, because everyone needs to feel comfortable and loved. Everyone must be part of what is happening today. That's why we're having this Xhosa. First was Xhosa, second was Tswane, third was Zulu. We're mixing all around, and inside we'll be singing all the well-known English songs so that we bring people together. We can hear the song right and be okay. Because our world needs us, all of us, not only me, but all together as communities coming together and find a way that we can build our society in a better way.
It's all about us working together. There's power in numbers, right?
It's all about the spirit. Once we start to be together, that's when we can build this world.
Thank you, my sister. Guys.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Give this beautiful choir a round of applause for those amazing voices. Wow. My name is Arlene Peterson, and I will be your MC for this morning. And I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing right now from the front. I'm hearing the voices, I'm seeing the faces, and my heart is pounding. And I'm asking myself, how am I even going to still do my program right now? So give yourself a round of applause for being here this morning. I feel like in this room today at Philisa Abafazi, this is what Harry Belafonte fought for. So can we give another round of applause for this? It's amazing film. So as I said, my name is Arlene Peterson, and I will be your MC for today. I am a stand-up comedian all the way from Lavender Hill. Yes. Raise your hand if you've never been to Lavender Hill before. Please raise your hand. You guys should come. It's very lovely there. Don't go what the media says. It's beautiful. You guys should come. So at this moment in time, I would like to officially welcome you to the Honoring the Legacy of Harry Belafonte at Philisa Abafazi. And we are here from Uthando, South Africa. And in your gift bag, you saw there's a gift bag. Does everybody have a gift bag? I heard a no. So what I would like to do is, can we, if we are from the same organization, can we give a gift bag to someone else from another organization that does not have a gift bag? So that at least each and every organization has a gift bag. Because what we're about to do now is just check in your gift bag, okay? In your gift bag, there is a little heart. Thank you, sir, for doing that amazing, amazing. We are now going to light up our heart. Okay, I'll give you guys a moment. So what we're about to do is when your heart is switched on, we're going to hold that heart up and we're going to have, okay, it's fine. I'll give you guys a moment. So if you guys can just focus on my voice for a moment and settle down a bit. The heart is now switched on, okay? And that is, we are going to have a 2 minute of complete silence to honor the victims of war, genocide, gender-based violence, and all forms of injustices. Whether it's your own demons you're fighting, mental depression, all of those, anxiety, we're going to hold it up for 2 minutes in complete silence. Raise your arm as high as possible to carry the weight of all the people that has fought for this moment, that we can all be in this one room, and especially Harry Belafonte. So we're going to start our 2 minutes. Ngosi sikeleli Afrika maluphakanye sophondolwayo. Please sing along. Yiswa imithandazo yethu sikelela Nkosi, sikelela imithandazo yethu. Ifa baba lusapho lwayo Murena buluga Sichava soyo Ufati South Africa, the national anthem is not done until it's Sister Patina. I was waiting for that, DJ. Wow. So allow me to formally start our proceedings now. But because we are here at Pilisa Abafazi Betu, which also means Hila Woman, allow me to say, ladies, in the spirit of International Women's Month, give yourself a round of applause for looking so amazing today. Eyebrows on fleek, lovely outfit. Ladies, you know what they say, if you're gonna be a mess, you might as well be a hot mess. And I thank you. Gentlemen, don't now look so despondent. Huh? You nogals also look okay. Ish. In God's eyes. Please allow me to welcome the opening address. So we're going to give a warm welcome to the director of Pilisa Abafazi Betu, Lucinda Evans.
You want me to go? Oh, yeah. You can grab my phone. A very good morning, everyone. Molweni. Assalamu alaikum. Goeiemorgen. Bonjour. Awe. I would like to start off by congratulating Uthando South Africa and James. Let's put our hands together for James and Uthando. Today I am wearing two hats. I wear the hat as the founder director of Pilisa Abafazi Betu Women's Center, I would like to welcome you in our space. But I also want to welcome you on this land, which is ancestral land. I also wear the hat today as the coordinator for 1 Billion Rising South Africa. And I want to start off by saying to all of us, it is humanity that is going to save this world. Allow me to say this again, because I want this following words to rest with all of us. In the difficulty, in the challenges, in the and in particular women, but not excluding men and young boys, it is humanity that is going to save the world. And within this humanity, we need to have the heart. Our hearts needs to be beating and pulsating and advocating even more in this time. During this International Women's Day, James and our esteemed guest, I was asked to speak on one of the mainstream TV programs. And I asked them, can I wear this dress that I'm wearing? And it was said no. And my answer to them is, if my dress is not welcome, my advocacy is not welcome. And I said this with the greatest of love and humility, because we can also become like they are, violent. They don't care. But again, we have to find the heart in everything that we do, even in the ugly, even in the violence, even in the sad, even in the mad. And at the back, I am representing the Republic of Congo, the land which has been plundered because of the richness. And nobody cares. Where is the humanity in the atrocities? And my dress is missing. Afghanistan. I need to edit my dress because South Sudan, Ukraine, and Afghanistan needs to be represented in the cloth that I wear as an African woman of Khoisan descent that do not have our land, we do not have our language. But today we are here to honor and to remind people about what humanity is. It is in Nkosi Sikelel Africa that has been sung by the future humanitarians behind us, the young men and women that we have to pass the baton on with our hearts, James. I applaud you for bringing the heart in the humanity, in the activism, in changing the narrative for young persons, and for reminding all of us as Africans that humanity is going to save this world. So I would like to welcome you into Philisa Abafazi Betu. This is a sacred space. This is a space once upon a time occupied by gangs with girls being raped and people not having rest for almost 30 years. And my heart and this program's heart and everybody that invested in heart like Uthando over the last 5 years, this piece of land is a hub of peace. And this is only possible through collective energy, partnership, intention, and love. And so we want to say today, thank you very much for the future investors that's going to invest in the Heart Project. Humanity needs all of you more than ever, because we have to pulsate from the inside out. We have to pulsate from our hearts. I want to close my address in saying, it is now the time to rise for freedom. It's not the time to take up any form of armory. Rising for freedom, rising against fascism, rising against racism, rising against the fact that I cannot wear my dress on an international, not even international, national TV because it was cited politics. We need to rise against the ideologies that strips us or threaten to strip the humanity more than ever. Collectively, as humans, mandated on a humanitarian path from the heart. Let's continue the heart. Let's continue to be human. Let's continue to stretch out a hand. Let's continue to speak against the narrative of division. There's no more time. We are here. Let's continue to be the humanitarians and the heart we are called to be. I thank you.
Thank you, Lucinda. Wow, can we give Lucinda another round of applause? And to me, you guys won't even understand what a full circle moment this is for me, because Lucinda used to be my employer. I used to work for Lucinda. And one thing about her words, it's not just words. Her words is a verb, because she do what she say. When Lucinda says something, believe her. Because just a small little thing, I quit my job by Lucinda to pursue my comedy career. And then 3 months after that, it was lockdown. And I came back and I begged my job back. She gave me a job back. I started cooking in the community. So thank you for your heart, Lucinda. We are now going to extend that same warm welcome to our next keynote speaker, Dr. Shirley Zinn from Swimming Upstream. Can we give a round of applause to Dr. Shirley?
Good morning, everyone. It's indeed a great honor to be here this morning to see some familiar faces and to see some friends and friendships growing with each other here today. This is personal for me because I quite literally grew up the road over here. First in number 1, 11th Avenue, Steenberg. Some of you will remember. Yes? Okay, great. And then later on stayed with my grandmother in Wildway on the other side of school because it became too difficult to walk and too dangerous to walk. So the day when our children can walk safely in the streets, we will celebrate. Okay, especially our girls. And today, really, we are honored members of many charities, and many of you have put your heart and soul into this. Today also we honor Harry Belafonte and his wonderful family, Adrienne, Rachel. So lovely to meet you all today. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. And I think each one of us carries within us a unique story, a thread, a vibrant tapestry that makes us community, that makes us human. And for those of you who don't know who I am, I just serve on a few boards as a non-executive director on several boards of businesses, foundations, and trusts and NPOs. And I think the common thread, the common purpose that we're beginning to see is to be able to get up in boardrooms and say, where is the love and the care for human beings in the decisions that we take day to day in boards? I got up, I was telling James a story in a bank not too long ago around an executive table and said, where is the love? And their eyes rolled back and they said, we are running a business here. I said, yes, you will not be able to run a business. You do not care about your employees. If you don't care about your clients, if you don't care about your communities, you will not be able to run your business. And so it takes a lot of courage for us to step up and say it and do it. And today I just want to salute each one of you here who in your various capacities, wherever you find yourselves, you lead on the topic of service, of kindness, of peace, of generosity, of love and joy to humankind. And truly, our world needs that today. More than ever, we see the strife, we see the challenges, we see the pushback, we see the fear and the anxiety. And we want to say to our young people in the room today, you are our future leaders. And today we really want you to leave with a strong message of hope and of joy and of inspiration and of what is actually possible. And that these wonderful organizations as a collective today are able to get behind you and support you into that future. And as we look around us, we see we still need this and we still need that. But I think the potential between us is not looking at what is lacking, but looking at what is possible and what we can create together. And to take the power of what is possible, take that love, take every heartbeat and take it with you to places where we can start to unleash that collaboration and spirit of togetherness and what is powerful in collective action that we can start doing, right where we are. We don't have to wait for other people to do this. So I think, my vision, I really, in terms of my purpose also would like to imagine a community where every child has access to quality education, that they are safe, that they can laugh, that they can play and thrive and celebrate our diversity, because I do believe that if we look around here today, we can see in that diversity lies our strength. So the incredible potential lies within us. And as we honor this wonderful legacy, a person who was an incredible musician, but also fought for social justice, I think is an enormous moment today just to reflect. And I'm sure when you held your hearts up in that reflection, you thought about people like this who #live from our heart is really what we want to do. So as I close, I just want to say, your skills, your passion, your voices are vital to shaping the futures of our communities. And imagine what can happen in all of these communities, retreats, Steenbok, Lavendale, Khayelitsha, no, Langa, many represented here today. Do not underestimate the power of collective efforts. History has shown us that great movements often start with a single step. So I urge you to join hands as you share today and celebrate today, and actively be involved as a calling to make a difference and live your purpose. I thank you.
One last time, a round of applause for Dr. Shirley. Dr. Shirley, I was born and raised in 10th Avenue, so just one road away from you. You know what I love about you is your humbleness. Just coming here and telling, oh, I'm Dr. Shirley, I just serve on a few boards, like nothing quite still. And I feel like that is the key when we humble ourselves and work alongside each other. I mean, Harry Belafonte was a million things, but what stood out for me is him being an artist. As an artist, I'm an artist as well. He wrote music, I do comedy. And my career started with me losing my twin brother to gang violence. Now I go around, I make jokes about it. People laugh, but I also get educated on what's happening on the Cape Flats in Lavendale. So as the squires are standing here, know that your art is an imperative part of what's happening here today. Some artists had to create that bench that we are unveiling today. And as you see, Heart of Cape Town, heart, the last 3 words is, you guys need to be quicker. You can't have heart and art separated. It is one, it's in our hearts. So we're going to move forward, and I would love to call, he's an artist as well, an artist and a community change maker. Can we give a round of applause to Ras Silas Motse? You guys can do better than that.
Thank you so much. Greetings to everyone. I hope you guys are having a good time, connecting and all of that. My name is Silas Motsi, hailing all the way from the Free State. I don't have beautiful words, but I've got beautiful pictures and cans that I can use to make art. One thing that I can tell is that if I can tell my story, it will take the whole day. I'm sure each and every one of you also have a story. If you can do that, we can take the whole year, But what I can say is that art saved me. Art has been part of my life. Art has been a safe space for me. Art has guided me. Art has been my friend. Moving, or I can say, growing up as an orphan, someone that used to eat in the dustbin, running around with the wrong people. Art has been that spark that has been saying that whatever that happens, you're going to go somewhere. And one thing that I love about art, it made me, it made me meet a community of people, because there's no art without community. If I can be out there and create art and there's no one who's going to view it, what's the use? You know what I mean? So that's how community comes in. And that's how now emotions with people comes in. Our skeletons in the closet, I'm talking about what you went through, what you're going through in space and time. So with me, art is all about that. It's all about, solving or getting rid of what's happening in space and time. When you look at the murals that I do, when you look at the works on canvas that I do, they're speaking to that. So if you can see on the board that I have this side, I came up with the project about beautifying bus stations, and that whole project is taking me back to the community engagement. Getting people out of the street, getting people to recognize the beauty of what we live around. If you can look at the colors that I use, you can pick up all the colors from anything. It can be the natural inhabitants, it can be mountains, it can be the sky, whatever. So what I do is I mix up all of that and bring it into a lovely creative story. So this project, it's something that got me closer to Uthando as well. If you look at the heart, like our MC said, you cannot take away the art from the heart. You know what I mean? So for me, it's all in one, and I don't have the perfect width. Unfortunately, I wish I had. But what I can say is that let's keep on, being able to open up ourselves to art. Let's look at the art. I know actually one thing that I can talk about is like the townships, where people are not aware of the arts. People are just like looking at art. It's like, okay, someone was angry or someone was going through a lot doing this art, but it's all about what we go through. If you look at it, if you engage with people why they make art, then you'll get to understand the reason behind it, and it will heal the next person. It will heal your child. It can heal someone that you don't even know. If you share the art. So for me, I think that's it. I'll be painting there next to the outside, next to the chessboards. If you want to pop by and then we can talk, we can connect, because that's where it starts. We start by connecting and then we move forward. So I'll be open. I still have a project that I still need to launch, that we can see the spaces there in between next to the logos that we can champion together and move forward. And I'd like to say thank you so much. Respect.
Thank you so much, Ras. Can we give another round of applause to Ras Silas? Because I don't think we should ever stop creating. Express yourself, Ras. Now we're going to move over and allow me to take the time to just to welcome everyone that's watching. We are being live streamed, guys. So it's not just us here. Can we give a round of applause to Cape Flat Stories, Stan? And Lucinda, we don't have to ask permission if we can wear this dress on the live stream. We just do it because freedom of speech over there. Thank you. And now I would like to call upon Antiswe from Biesemeyer, South Africa. Please give her a round of applause.
Good day, everyone. As I was already introduced, my name is Andisiwe, say name Bunje. And I am the director of a choir called Biesemeyer, South Africa, the Light of Africa. And I'm so honored to stand in front of you today and share my experience with working with the choirs and working in the community of Khayelitsha. I'm from the beautiful township ever, non-corruption, very clean, beautiful people from Khayelitsha. I don't like it when I say I'm from Khayelitsha and then people start to go to their phones. The technology is lying, about our communities. So please don't Google and see more about Khayelitsha. It's fine what I told you. Just look at me, then you see Khayelitsha. I started working with Uthando SA in 2018. And when I got the invite from friends from Netherlands, a choir called Kuzola, and I was working in the Netherlands doing Amandla Mandela the musical. Then when I came back home, they're like, friend, will be in your wood and would like you to join us for this beautiful tour. As I was just seeing the name tour, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And they're like, no, they are nice. I'm like, no, I don't want people to come and take pictures or express my poverty and everything. Thank you. I want people to come to my people to know more about my community. And like okay, but to make the story very short, we end up going. Wow, the experience was so different. Like when we get in, the singing of these different choirs singing together with them, singing along our own songs in our own language. That was beautiful. That was one of the highlights of the day. And we end up getting into buses, touring around my beautiful community, going around schools, seeing Mama, going around gardens, and see the beauty of Khayelitsha with people from Netherlands. So that changed my day, that tourism, it is not about taking pictures, but Uthando tourism is about getting people together, helping those who are already doing something meaningful in the township. And that day it was just the spread of love and kindness, the smiles. And we end up doing the nice part. I think everyone liked that one. Lunchtime, eating. And we're eating at Ekayakasi, still in the community. And the chef, the meat, everything we enjoyed. And the journey and the relationship started. My background, I'm an actress. And I've done a lot of work with that. But as I started the choir when I was 17, and the aim was just to uplift the community and do something meaningful, I worked with kids in that time, age of 4, 6 years, and they didn't know how to sing. They were just playing with the songs. But it ended up being beautiful as they grow within. And I see this thing of community development change people's lives. The youth of Khayelitsha, as you can see in the wall, it's not only one choir. There's Itemba Youth Choir, there's Biesemeyer, there's Khayelitsha, there's Major Voices. All those choirs from the township are making a big change on the lives of the youth of Khayelitsha. And the more we get groups around doing different things in art, the more our society changes. And I was in, say it again, I am from Glendan? Lavendon. And hey, when I was about to perform there, people know the colored area is that area of gangsters and everything, right? All we are labeling that. And that day, I was not scared of my bag or of my phone. It was just everyone singing together. I think that's what this icon fought for. I think that's why we are here today. It's because of all the work, because of course he was an actor. But not only that, he was part of developing, and he was part of making sure that people comes together. Thank you, James and Putolani. Thank you, Uthando team, for all the beautiful work you guys are doing. You are doing a big job. Sometimes when I see the communities you guys are working with, I feel like I cannot do that. It's too much. And you all give all of us a time, a chance, a space, and you make sure that you're there for each and every one of us, right? And whenever we cry, listening these girls cry is different. The mamas are there, the gardens, the choirs, we all cry to you guys. I'm one of your products. When people seeing the movies that the choir have done, and recently we're shooting now another movie. This is the third movie, international movie. And all started with you guys. When you say, what's the name of the choir? And I'm like, we were this and we're changing to this name. And then I said, okay, you know what? We are going to be Biesemeyer Africa, the light of Africa. But James, you were the first one to send an email and say, I think I love this new name. And when you get the donation, that day when you call and say, and this is where people are donating for you to get, we have our own center. It is not my powers. It is Uthando's work. They book us to be there. Sorry for taking time. I cannot forget Emmy Foundation. Thank you guys for making us to perform on that day. It is a funny story because Amy was going to perform and I don't know what happened, and there was 2 choirs, and then we also be part of that event, and the guest asked us what do we want. I'm like, my choir doesn't have home. Children needs to have a place that they call home, and it's a dream for years, my choir to have their own center where they can belong and say this is ours. And with less than 7 days, but James say, Andisiwe, you will have your center. I'm like, oh, but James, with no time, the money was in. We have a center now. We have tourists coming in my own space because of all your work, because of your donations. So whoever who's donating to all the projects, please keep on donating. Because Uthando is helping us through your help. Igama lama kosika sima. Malibongwe igama lamakhosi kasima. Malibongwe, malibongwe ma. Malibongwe, malibongwe ma. Igama Uthando applause for Andisiwe and for everyone that has invested in that sector of Khayelitsha. Give them a round of applause as well. Now I would like to welcome Adrienne Belafonte for honoring her father's legacy. Please give a round of applause to Adrienne Belafonte Biesemeyer.
It is quite an honor to be here. I've been coming to South Africa for 30 years. Every year except the 2 years of COVID, and last year when I was celebrating my 50th wedding anniversary. It's 51st this year with the same person. David Biesemeyer, so hence Adrienne Belafonte Biesemeyer. So my first trip was in 1995, My daughter, Rachel Blue, was 1997, and we came, and surprisingly, we discovered there was this thing called HIV. The world was not talking about it. Having gotten back to the U.S. after our visit, we went, wait a minute, I've been here 3 times already, and I never heard a thing about it. So we came back on what we called our fact-finding tour to discover that, unfortunately, the government was still debating whether it was for real or not and back and forth. But we found grassroots organizations like Fikilela. That was one of the first ones that we started with, and it was amazing to see people saying, you know what, doesn't matter what the government does at this point, hopefully they'll get on board, but it is the people, grassroots, the community that step up and try their best to take care of themselves. So after all those years of coming and working with different organizations, I do need to step back a bit. On my very first solo trip, the first time was a great red carpet thing because my sister, who's in show business, actually I have 3 siblings who are in show business, and I ran as far away from it as I possibly could. So no, unfortunately, I do not sing, but I love to dance. So the invitation to dance was right up my heart today. And my daughter's a dancer also. And when I first came on my solo trip, just to check the country out, it was at that moment the Rainbow Nation of God. I knew about Archbishop Tutu, but a friend who had arranged the first trip for my sister and I got to come along, she said, you must call, if you really want the history, you really want to know what's going on, contact Reverend Trevor Steen, who had been with Archbishop Tutu as a youth in the underground. So I was staying in an old hotel that only the old people will know, older people will know about. It was called the Tolba. It doesn't exist any longer. But I called and I said, I've been recommended to talk to you to get all the information I want. And he said, so where are you staying? And I said, the Tolba. And he said, no, you're not. And he and his family came and fetched me. And they have been my family ever since. So we're talking about 30 years. And one of the daughters is here, Taryn, and she's our USA daughter. She keeps coming to the United States all the time, and I keep going, why? But that's a whole other story. But she was tiny, and her youngest sister, who's working today, is even tinier. And I babysat one evening to pay the family back. And the youngest one kept going, where's my mom? Where's my mom? I want mommy. And I did my best. They wanted me to read them a story. It was in Afrikaans. I was lost. I made up a story to go with the pictures. And they kept telling me, no, that's not the story. But they are my children too. And then their youngest son came into the family, and he's my son too. And that's part of the universal love that I learned from my father, who has always cared about children. Those of you who are familiar with We Are the World, We Are the Children, it was my father who started that. Everybody knows all of the stars and performers that were in the video and with the song. But the mover behind it was Harry Belafonte, my dad. And the fact that is, we are the world, we are the children. Our world's survival for us and humanity are the children. There's a documentary out that you can find on YouTube, I think it's free, called Sing Your Song. But it came from Paul Robeson, a very, in the United States, famous black activist. And I don't have time to go into the whole story about Dad and Paul Robeson, but the adage that Paul Robeson said to my dad was, whatever you do, make sure they sing your song, and that keeps you in the forefront. My dad appeared to be his most happy, his heart out there, was when he was performing in a large stadium, reaching thousands of people. For him, music was the most important thing. And so my message to all of the choirs, and even if you only sing in your shower, it's maybe in the shower you don't want to let them sing your song, but within the community they can hear your voice. And the voice has to be about your heart, and you stay true to your heart. Doesn't matter what any politician in any of the countries do, as long as you continue to shine. The example are the hearts that we've been given. And I do have to say one last quick thing, which is, so my daughter and I started an organization to teach North Americans and Canadians that there is a world beyond USA, Canada, and Europe. And so we created opportunities to bring North Americans over to work, totally volunteer, no money made on this organization, to volunteer to do different projects. And so the projects that we have brought to Southern Africa, we consider Cape Town our home. We always come here, we always do something here, and then we visit other countries. So we've been to Madagascar, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini, and now Tanzania. We asked 2 natives of Tanzania, which is it, Tanzania or Tanzania? And we got 2 different answers. Tanzania. So I guess it's whatever one you want to use. Same place. But with that, and Rachel has grown with me, and I truly enjoy having her work with me on various projects. But after COVID, we thought we were going to have to shut down. A number of the projects we worked with did fold because of COVID, and we lost the father, the very dear friend who said, "No, you're not." We didn't lose the family. That's the beautiful part. The family is still our family. But when Reverend Trevor passed from a rare case of leukemia, we kind of felt like, well, you know, he was our guide. He was our heart leader. So we came to sort of say goodbye, close things down, and that's when we were introduced to James and Uthando. And Rachel and I looked at each other and went, well, I guess we're still in Cape Town. There are so many projects here. And within that 30-year period, there was a 5-year period of us sort of struggling with doing projects and guiding. But then, through the Reverend, we were introduced to Zane Abraham, who became our heart leader here. I'd call him, well, actually WhatsApp him and say, we're on our way at the last minute. He'd go, okay. And he was always there with the right size bus, the right size heart. And so for us in this row here, it's our South Africa family. And since finding Uthando, our South African family. So we're here. And that's my daughter said, this is our escape plan from Elon Musk. Thank you very much, South Africa. Dumped it on us. And so, but I would like to have Rachel come and say a little bit about her feelings with. She's shocked at this. But when I do retire, this is her gig.
I didn't think I had to speak today. I thought I could just sneak in and look cute. She's said it all. She's given you our history and why we're here. But just to sort of elaborate a little bit more, we really did in 23 think, yes, we'd be back to visit, but we were done with the projects, with the things we were bringing. There were some opportunities in some other locations around the continent that we thought might progress. And meeting James and spending the day with him and visiting just a few of the sites, I still have not quite grasped the amount of things that Uthando touches. I literally, every day, I hear a new one. I see a new person. I've seen people walk in here today with logos on and T-shirts. I know he asked different organizations to wear theirs, and I'm really glad that you did, because there are things here I know that we haven't even heard about and gotten close to yet. And so the opportunity and the connection through Uthando is just incredible. And we left and turned and went. We barely left the country. We were starting to travel sort of a 5-country route up to Tanzania, and we went, well, we've got work to do in Cape Town. We're not done there. And life has given us that. The powers that be, the universe, God and all, speaks and acts at the right time with the right things and the right connections. And I'm just really pleased to be here. I'm pleased to see my grandfather honored. I know, I grew up in the light of what a wonderful man he is. Our side of the family, our little corner, grew up in his activist side. That was what I grew up with. I saw him on stage. I knew who he was. I've been asked, what was it like having a famous grandfather? And my answer is always, I don't know what it's not like. He was my grandfather. He was grand-père. We had that relationship. He was very close to his family. But he loved the world, and he loved all of it, especially the children. But everything he did was about humanity, not the individual, not just his family, not himself. Every dollar he made was spent and given back to making something better for somebody else. And I can just hope to walk in his footsteps. I just hope to touch a little piece, and my little piece of the world is much smaller and may not be quite as big an impact, but I know that every individual counts, and every light that you touch helps shine a little bit brighter. And so just love being here, and thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much. And you do look cute, you do, because I used you in the beginning, outfit on fleek. Can we just rise to our feet and give a round of applause? Quickly just rise to our feet in honoring of Harry Belafonte, Adrienne, Rachel. This is now into the 3rd generation present here today. Thank you very much. Rachel, thank you for sharing, even though you weren't prepared. But I hope you know that what happened here today in Cape Town, South Africa, and we all bear witness that your mom has just passed on the baton to you. I hope you know that. So one last round of applause, guys. Now I would like to call upon Bradley Bailey from Kind Heart Bench and the importance of the lasting tribute. Please give a round of applause to Bradley Bailey.
Hi, morning everybody. I just want, this is brilliant, and thanks to you for just, I told my son, just the awesome legacy that we're honoring today. And he was a man that really, I'm a visual artist, so I create, the founder of the Kind Heart Bench project. My son was bullied, all of those things, and many years ago, Cape Town was a design capital, and the color was yellow, and color denotes hope. And that's what I feel this man represents. And I think it transcends, think about it, he's an artist and he used his art. There's a line that says, I'm not a politician. I'm first and foremost an artist. And I'm using the art and the platform to make change. And I think that is important. So we're sitting in a room full of change makers. And it needs to sink in that it's not just an event, it's not just a gathering, it's not just, it's about legacy, but it's around what each and every, I think that is what it's about. He really saw the injustices and wanted to make a difference, and then took to the platform and met with people that made an indelible impression on him, like Dr. Luther King. But that was the, he put all the others aside, but the statement that he made was, we all can contribute to something. And that is what this room is filled here. So little bits, everybody. And so your organization might be huge, it might be small. I mean, I was surprised that Uthando has a small team but has a reach. And that is the importance of the heart. Is that, when you look inside, there's it's basically says that your gift is given to you, but not for you. Your gift is for you to steward, and it's for others. And I think Uthando represents that. And so I would like everybody to give them a round of applause. That's important. So yeah, it's called the Kind Heart Bench for a reason. It's to bring that values, to bring that back into society. I think we all have a role to play. I think, it says your gift will make room for you. Like Rare spoke, I mean, from the streets, he's now a well-known, famous artist that I follow. Only today he followed me, by the way. But that's the thing. Your art makes room for you. Your gift makes room for you. And everybody in this room has the opportunity to cause that ripple, to just transcend everywhere. And I mean, you've come across waters, continents, and decades later, it's still the ripple effect. So thank you. Let this message resonate with you, that you're here to steward that gift and make a difference. And that's the importance of what we're gathering here today. Thank you.
One last time, a round of applause to Bradley Bailey. We are now heading into the closing statement before we head outside to do the unveiling. So I would like to call upon James Fernie to come to the closing statement. Can we give a round of applause for the main man of Uthando, James Fernie?
Like all microphone hogs, I want to express something. Rachel and I are visual artists, so even though we don't sing and we do love to dance, we are with art co-ops, and I like to draw, paint, and make jewelry. And Rachel works with an organization where she is one of the team members that creates arts for venues, for events. And I have to just add to that the visual arts sends a message. If you know anything about Picasso and Guernica, which is a very strong political statement, but your art, all arts, have to come from your heart, and they do speak to the world. And now that we have the internet, you can put things up, but definitely things like the benches and billboards, art is probably the most important thing. And I think my father felt that way. I grew up in a museum, if you would saw all the art. But I want to tell you all, and people go, I can't paint. That's not just it. Art. There you go. Yes. So art is the heart for me.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My speech is actually more of a statement than a speech, and I wrote it down because I want to share it far and wide, because this is a very unique opportunity. There's the most extraordinary group of people here today, representing 60 organizations from all over Cape Town, companies, non-profit organizations, activists, icons, people who really, it's more like family for me, actually. I don't feel like I'm speaking in front of people, I'm speaking in front of family. And many of you are Love-Nair family, because you've already been promoting the whole love campaign. And of course, I'm extremely grateful to Adrienne and Rachel, who've come all the way from West Virginia and Colorado to spend time with us here in Cape Town over the last few days, and also for the next few days, which is going to be wonderful. And you know what? The one thing that I think your father and grandfather exemplified was a kind heart. He had a kind heart. So it's so fitting that we are, doing the unveiling of the Kind Heart Bench. And I am going to ask your forgiveness that I am going to be more than 5 minutes, because I, in this unique opportunity, really want to put out not just a speech, but a call to action. And it's an opportunity to do it. Harry Belafonte, the research that I did regarding Harry Belafonte, he was a spiritual father and brother to so many people. Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Miriam Makeba, Hugh Masekela. It's an extraordinary, actually, that a human being could be the common denominator among so many people. So I don't take the significance of this event lightly in honoring Harry Belafonte. In fact, I keep on pinching myself that, we have you here to be able to do this. And, Adrienne and Rachel, we had a team building exercise on Thursday with the Uthando and the Heart team. And we were all literally walking on air on Thursday night because of the wisdom and the kindness and the compassion that you exude, both of you. The energies was amazing that day, and the team building exercises were really a lot of fun. This event doesn't happen on its own. I would actually like our Uthando team to just quickly come and stand up here. Cheryl, Kolani, Rashana, Mikael, and Lydia. Thank you for you guys, for your energy, your professionalism that you all bring. I'm really proud of you, and I'm really grateful to have you as part of the team. When I was dancing there, I was thinking about Donald Trump dancing. And then I would also there's also a group of people, and the lines will be a little bit blurred on this group of people, but we started this term lovenair because look at the destruction in the world that the trillionaires and the billionaires and the millionaires are creating. We don't need to even name them. Let us leave here today and let's get a new word into the dictionary. Lovenair. Why not? There are a group of people here. We have a heart evolution group, actually. Stand up. The Lovenairs, stand up. You guys all on the group, Tozama, all of you guys who've been promoting the heart, all of these events. Thank you. Okay, guys. I grew up. My parents were born in the 1930s, and so I grew up with many albums of Harry Belafonte in our home. And I mean, Deo, Deo, we all know that song. So I can honestly tell you, I am not starstruck by celebrity. Because you know what, people are just people. But when I heard Adrienne Belafonte was coming to the office, is my hair okay? And when she was sitting in our little office, I was starstruck because, growing up on that music and then later grasping just what an icon your father was, and the change that he brought around in the world. It was Mr. Belafonte together with Miriam Makeba who drove the cultural boycott. President Cyril Ramaphosa referred to Belafonte as a true hero and friend of South Africa for his role in fighting apartheid. There is an invigorating video on YouTube. And you know, the other night I was speaking in Hanover Park, and I told everybody, turn off the news and turn up the music, to start to shift our reality of what we're actually seeing every day in the world. And Adrienne sent me the link to the Harry Belafonte in concert, Global Carnival, held at the National Sports Arena in Zimbabwe in 1988. For a massive dose of inspiration, just to actually make you feel good when you get up, or when you have, through the day. Turn off CNN and all the others and actually go and watch that link. I'll put it in my speech and email it to everybody. And the music is interjected with clips of your father and grandfather speaking. And there's a song called Skin to Skin, which he sang together with Sharon Brooks. And I'm sure I was sending it on our Heart Evolution group before this meeting. The images that this is what Harry said. The images that the song imparts is not only the fact that love exists within the suppressive environment amongst those who are oppressed, but as a matter of fact, that love itself is made more endurable because the oppression makes love not only more needed and more desirable, but more meaningful, especially if it is able to survive. Over the last year, we have been playing at our Love and Heart events, We Are the World. And this famous song, I looked on YouTube, has 72 million views, performed in January 1985, bringing together dozens of famous musicians and luminaries. And, at some point, it was called one of the greatest nights in pop, right? At some point at 2 o'clock in the morning with all these prima donna musicians, who did they honor? They stopped to honor Harry Belafonte by singing Day-O, the Banana Boat song. And I think that really says a lot about the man, that he is the one that they honored at that time. And one of the quotes that we have that Harry said is, our mission is to make a difference, to leave the world a better place than we found it. And that saying, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to all of you who are here today. A heartfelt thank you for everything that you do every day. When I hear of the USAID being cut, 28 people, no salaries, programs collapsing, cars being hijacked, the traumas are just going on and on and on. And you know what? You guys smile, you show up, you carry on. It is amazing. The tenacity, the resilience, the kindness in your heart, and actually what it boils down to is your kind heart. And I would like everybody to give a round of applause to the community workers. Likewise, I would like to thank our donors and our friends and our benefactors, because if it were not for you, we wouldn't be building schools, we wouldn't be supporting the microfarmers and all of these other projects. And the benefactors and the donors also bring such kind hearts. And what we need to do in the world, sharing is caring, collaboration is key. This is why I'm so pleased to have us all together here. And let this be the first of many. At the convention center, wherever, we can start bringing people together to collaborate. And I am going to lay out a bigger plan when we come to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the banner behind me is more than just a marketing tool. When we held an event in Lavender Hill on the 14th of February on the battlefield, thanks to Lucinda for driving that process, on a Friday night for 3 hours, we took over the battlefield in Lavender Hill with hearts and music and singing and dancing. And Auntie Avril Andrews from the Alcada Andrews Foundation asked me on the camera, what is my vision? What is my dream? So I wanted to use this opportunity to here today with a lot of very influential change-making people to actually give you my dream. And what I've come to understand in life is if you don't ask, you don't get. If you don't verbalize it, it's never going to happen. So these dreams might seem completely, a bit mad. But this morning I turned on the news and what do I see? More genocide. The South African ambassador has been expelled out of the United States. Every single day. Sometimes I think I'm the insane one, but then I turn on the news, I go, nope, I'm going to carry on. So, I'm going to just quickly explain our dreams. Let's ignite change all over South Africa with these buildings. Why not? This has to be one of the most beautiful, strong, resilient early childhood developments in the country, centers. And you know what? That's in Delft, where there's gangs outside, and there's crime, and there's poverty like you've never seen before. But look at that. Natural Building Collective are more than just builders. They are artists. They are creators. And, the wonderful thing about these buildings, they're incredibly labor intensive. So the money that's going into these buildings is going into people's pockets, not the materials. Let's have a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center in Hanover Park, a community of 50,000 where kids are raping other kids and all sorts of things because they're high on drugs, and yet there's not one alcohol and drug rehabilitation center in Hanover Park. Could you imagine an alcohol and drug rehabilitation center looking like that? In the Northern Cape, we now started the Sowing for Sustainability project. Let's ignite change because the buildings are so unique, they're so innovative. In the Northern Cape, we could look at doing a building which revolves around skills development, sewing. And one thing, I received a message from Lucinda Evans when, I don't have time to go into the Sewing for Sustainability project, but Lucinda was so profoundly upset when the 10 ladies were down from Groblershoop, that she messaged me one night, and Colin and I literally sat with tears right here because of the levels of gender-based violence in communities like that. Neglected, forgotten, nobody cares, the government's non-existent. But a building there, and we do have a diagram of a possible building that Emma did. Wow, wouldn't that be a story? It would bring awareness to the uniqueness and of the issues there, and really motivate and inspire people. So I really could go on. Speaking to Ashraf this morning, he's off to London soon, looking at a sports center in Hanover Park on the Cape Flats. Let's get children in these communities picking up the litter to create eco-bricks. Shift the consciousness of these young people. Don't tell them just to put their litter in a bin. Tell them to put their litter in there to go into there. Now we're starting to talk about how we can shift the consciousness. Ladies and gentlemen, food security. The global political, economic situation literally is a house of cards. And that house of cards could come down any time. So, Moyo Wikaya, out in Khayelitsha, we have the money to start with the architect's drawings. King's College of London is doing the business plan to build the most extraordinarily beautiful building. Emma has designed a dome out of wine bottles. And what can be more important than food security right now? And we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We have Abalimi Bizakaya. We have the Harvest of Hope. Let's support them. This building would be so extraordinarily beautiful. It would bring massive global media attention. And with that media attention will come investment into the microfarming movement, transforming the sand into soil, shade cloth, irrigation. Some of the microfarmers for the Harvest of Hope are still taking their vegetables in a wheelbarrow. They need cars. So it could actually become a model for environmental cleaning and urban farming all over South Africa, actually. Job creation in the construction of it, and igniting investment, which then can be used in the development of the urban microfarming movement. I also want to thank, many people who, within the tourism space, who have just taken the Heart campaign and they've literally just run with it. I see Ali sitting there, and she's probably highly embarrassed that I'm raising her name. But, Ali, the Heart of Cape Town started with Uthando. But Ali, when she went overseas on her marketing trips, would take little hearts with her, and people are posting little hearts all around the world. And, the dream of flooding the world with hearts is a literal and a figurative one. Because we perceive reality through our senses, what we see, what we smell, what we hear. So if we go onto social media, the idea was, let's make people smile when they open their Facebook or their Instagram. The visual has such a big impact. So I want to thank all of the donors, the people, the benefactors, who really took the Heart campaign literally to heart. Taking those little hearts with you, giving them to influential people all around the world. And sometimes I have this dream. Imagine, like this morning, we could get every single person who's ever been given a heart over the last year to turn it on, to post a picture. And with Mikael, who comes from the AAA School of Advertising and was the SRC president last year, he has amazing ideas to create TikTok videos, for example, where we can have a heart and love challenge. I mean, my God, if you can do an ice bucket challenge, you can do a heart challenge. So, let's put this sort of meaning into these things. And I specifically want to thank International Luxury Travel Market, We Are Africa, and World Travel Market last year. Within the tourism space, they gave us the opportunity to meet hundreds, thousands of people from all around the world who took little hearts with them. And the tourism industry is global. So, we can use even this event. Yet let's use this event as a super spreader event for love and for kindness. These little hearts have actually spawned very big ideas. And on the 2nd of July last year, when we went to the waterfront to present our idea to build one of the biggest hearts in the world, we're like, oh, they're going to like it, and they're going to like it. They did like it, and they did say yes to building one of the biggest hearts in the world, except we couldn't find a location for it. But what I don't understand is, why is South African tourism not calling us? Because can you imagine, Table Mountain is known as the Earth Chakra. Now, can you imagine one of the biggest hearts in the world in Cape Town with a Wonder World portal facing the heart and facing Table Mountain? 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. And if you don't know what I'm talking about for the portal, you can go and research it. It's an organization in Germany. I don't have time to go into it. And then the other element was the Peace Center. When I did this AI image, and I sent it out to a few people, Alex Sharp, who's the CEO of $1 billion organization, Signature Travel Group, he said to me, James, it would be one of the most Instagrammable photographs in the world. And the core attraction of the Peace Center would be an opportunity for locals or visitors from overseas to come, first of all, be spellbound with the building covered in hearts, but then to emotionally experience our history. Because right now in the world, Do you think that other countries could learn a little bit about truth and forgiveness and reconciliation? We can tell that story, and not a boring museum. We have really smart people, and I'm so grateful to people like Sune and Felix and Manus and Tai, who have actually, they've seen the vision and they're actually just taking it over and running with the ball, and they're much more creative and much smarter, and they are talking to organizations like the Empire Partner Foundation to actually bring these ideas to manifest. And you know, guys, if we can manifest this, every single one of you sitting here today, your programs are going to be supercharged, because it would be one of the most visited tourist sites in South Africa. So there's entrance fees, and then within this Peace Center, we reflect your stories. And that is what people are thirsty to learn. How is Ladles of Love impacting? What is Auntie Errol in Hanover Park doing, or the cricket club? And people could then donate. And why stop at a physical building? We could do a virtual building. We could have online stores. Literally, we've got a whole document dedicated to how we could generate income from that. And you know what? Lucinda will take me to task for saying this. But with a sustainable income, you guys would never have to fundraise ever again. Seriously. And then we have a Wonderwall portal facing the building with the back of Table Mountain beaming out, so thousands and thousands and thousands of tourists can actually take photographs in front of the portal, which is beaming out to the world. At that center, for example, you could have an outlet for the micro farmers to sell their vegetables. Hey, that's what they need. They need a market. So the vegetables can come from micro farms all over Cape Town, and they could be sold there. You could have a restaurant with all the vegetables that are being grown. It could be a beacon of sustainability. All of the furniture made by Dunia in Tanzania out of plastic, the glassware, it would literally be a home to all things fair trade. And you know, one dream that I have that this could fund is a sanctuary in the Paarl area for community workers to come and breathe, to get out of their communities, to come to a beautiful, serene environment where they can talk to each other, they can cook up plans, they can start to dream. Because when I know how all of you're running so fast, you're dealing with financial stress and all these stresses, you never get time to breathe. The Peace Center could fund a sanctuary. And could you imagine the kind of leadership, the investment into all of you sitting here today, if you could be going and spending time and recharging your own batteries? Because you know what? All of you here today, you guys are the ones who are building South Africa from the grassroots up. Do we see a lot of it coming from the down? I'm very aware that I'm taking a lot of time, but I'm coming to the end. So the Department of Joy. I would like to see a company called the Department of Joy. I mean, better still, let's get the government to start a Department of Joy. If you look at companies like Japan and England, they have a Minister of Loneliness. They do. It's a thing. The Minister of Loneliness. Let's have a Department of Joy. Over the last year and a half, we have held 3 events. 2 were in Hanover Park last year. And then we held the event in Lavender Hill on the 14th of February. The Dorchester band came with us to the one in Lavender Hill. They were told by their transport company they're not taking them. It's too dangerous. But thankfully, they had the courage to come with us into Hanover Park, where 500 people We danced together, we played together, we sang together, we had hearts everywhere. It was absolutely incredible. And the one at Lavender Hill, well, Lucinda and I are cooking up another plan. On that battlefield, where on a Friday night the gangs fight, the children never come out, there's a distinct lack of joy. We want to have a mega Love and Heart event. We want to give every single apartment in Lavender Hill a heart. You know those big blocks of apartheid flats where the gangs, they call them the courts, you know, the gangs operate on those. So on the battlefield, we have Mama Ivan Chaka Chaka, we have Zolani, we have the Chomis, we have local groups performing with top South African singers. We go in and we take that place back from the gangs. And we shift the energy. And that can go in conjunction with public art. We've already started, and we asked Russ to do a presentation today to show him, to show you guys what a public art could look like. Because these communities, they're so grey, they're so dull. There's no investment in the kind of infrastructure. They slap a little bit of paint on those apartheid courts and they call that, renovation. But let's go in with a theme of nature and heart. Let all the kids put their handprints onto the walls so that they can have a stake in that. And it's about shifting. It's about shifting the kind of reality. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for listening. Adrienne and Rachel, thank you for your kind and loving hearts. Lucinda Evans and the Police Abafazi staff and center for hosting us this morning. Our incredible Uthando team and their families who also help a lot. Camilla Levine and the 80 Days from Denmark who sponsored this event. The Cape Flat Stories for being going live with it. And then to each and every one of you who came, you gave your Saturday morning to come and spend with us. It really is really highly appreciated. So finally, before we go outside to unveil the Harry Belafonte Kind Heart Bench, as we participate in this joyous event, and I love the word joy because it's one of the words with the highest vibration, just under love, but joy sounds so good. As we pulling off that yellow cover, I really want each of you to reflect on Harry Belafonte's life and the values and the principles that he promoted and he stood for, and how we, leaving here today, can take that value system with us, those principles of compassion and empathy and kindness and love in a world where it seems to be evaporating in front of our very eyes. It's never been more important, and I've come to understand, Adrienne and I have spoken at length about this, that we are living in a time of magic and wonder, miracles and serendipity. It's no coincidence that you are all here today. It's not a coincidence. And I actually want to throw out a challenge. I wish I could give each and every one of you to stand up and say who you are and what you do. Because I'm telling you now, your jaws would drop at the talent, the experience, the wisdom, the connections are global here, global. And I want to put out a challenge that actually, you know what? Let us all be here today, the founding members of the Department of Joy that can bring these dreams that can bring these dreams to reality. And a year ago, when I started thinking about these things, I was like, who's James to have these big ideas? Really, the sort of self-doubt. And every morning, I turn on the news simply to remind me that I'm not the mad one. That actually, these ideas are good ones. And we need people of influence. We need people with deep pockets and big hearts to invest in love, to invest in an organization, a company that will make so much money. I have zero doubt in my mind, zero doubt, because a portal facing a heart, facing the Peace Center, would be a sensational story for South Africa. Every single South African would be talking about it. Every single South African would want to go and stand in front of the portal, in front of that heart. And then also provide the opportunity for them to visit the center and to learn about their own history. It amazes me how many children don't know who Steve Biko is. Black children. I mean, how is that possible? So we need to remind people. And even in the world today, Adrienne, I feel, we're losing the value system. We're forgetting the values of people like that. And it's up to us to continue to invigorate and remind people about that story. So finally, as we all leave the Police Abafazi Center, after we've done the unveiling of the Harry Belafonte Kind Heart Bench, I want you to go out there, take posters, take flyers. You all have one of these flyers. And I want to challenge you guys, let's get this name into the Oxford English Dictionary. And let's all become Lovenaires. I thank you.
Can we give another round of applause to Mr. James? Okay, so allow me to readdress you guys, honorable ministers and deputy ministers of the Department of Joy. We're going to be heading out to the bench now, but please do take your bag, your goodie bag with you. But before we do, can we give a round of applause to the Youth Impact and Sustainable Solutions for their wonderful hospitality they have been giving us since we stepped foot here. So we're going to be moving out to do the unveiling of the bench, but please do return as Yes has prepared some lunch for us. And I'm excited about that. I don't know about you guys. Please do take your goodie bag with. Okay, just hold on 1 second. Just hold on 1 second. Is there anyone that does not have a bag here? One bag. There's a handy. Adrienne has volunteered to hand over her bag to you, and there's another one there. Are you sure? Okay, they have horse. I will get one to you. Please do come back, guys.
Hope you guys are good. Things are happening, and the nice thing is this: we have the unveiling of the bench happening in the next few minutes. I happening in the next few minutes. Harry Belafonte's daughter will.
If the taxi drivers can hear me, please remove the taxis from the bench. I repeat, taxi drivers, please go remove your taxi away from the bench.
And one of the biggest events are happening in this area of the Woods, and they are unveiling the bench. You will see. You will just see now. It's a bench. We know where people can come and sit. It represents, joy. It represents there's help out there. It represents a lot of things. And you know what? One of the things that we struggle with is mental health. And I think during this time, like James just said now, joy is so important. We are so focused on the negative things happening on the Cape Flats. A video like this, a live like this, won't get a lot of people interested. So many things were said, so much money was invested in the last few months on the Cape Flats from people overseas. But we don't speak about it. We don't speak about what the outside world is doing. All we do is advertise the negative things. So I want to encourage you to share this live, to watch the live if you haven't watched it. So many good things are happening, and we need to become change agents. We can't complain about things. Earlier on, I spoke to a young lady from Kailicha. It's time for us to work together. It's time for us to make a difference. It's time for us to say, you know what, we had enough of them and us. It's now we are uniting, we are becoming one. So it's important that we do celebrate the diversity in our communities. If you are, whatever religion you are, in whoever you believe in, we need to realize that we are a bigger force to be reckoned with, and we need to stop hating each other. There's so much that we can do. James also mentioned, the Cape Flats needs so much at the present moment, much from government, much from myself, much from the international world. We have so much to offer. There is, so much talent happening on the Cape Flats. So I want to encourage you, share this live, be part of what we are doing, be part of this broadcast, and even so, if you can't give money to the Cape Flats, just listen to somebody today. Guys, please do follow me. We're going to go live now. I'm outside. We're going to unveil the bench of hope, the bench of prosperity, the bench of joy, the bench of whatever you want to call it, positive things. So come and join us, and I'll see you guys now. Cheers.
Okay. I spot of it. Yeah, Victor, nice. Yeah. Santa. Hiyo. Hiyo. One, two, three, and turn, and.
I just have to say, this is an incredible honor, definitely for my father's family, but for me and Rachel as well. Your gift of love to us, I rarely cried at this, but I cried at this. And I just have to say, the beauty of the camaraderie, the voice, in your heart that you're sure the heart is the heart, and turn off that. Just be aware of what the crazies are doing, and just aware. But turn on the music and the art and the heart. That's what I just, and the friendship, the love. That's the only thing that's going to defeat the darkness out there. The light of love. We all do this, we can win. It may not seem like it every day, but you will look around and you see other hearts. You'll connect with somebody, even if it's just a glance of your eyes as you're walking down the street, a nod of the head. Nobody you know, but you will know right in your heart, one heart connecting to another heart. And that's what we have to do. And I thank you, your team, and this amazing gift of love for us.
Okay, we're going to do a countdown from 10. And then Rachel and Adrienne, you can. Okay, 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Okay. Just come to stand up. Verse 3, your mic.
Just give us a...
Yeah. Clip it on the camera guys there, a little bit further back. And now you 4 people in the hospital. Okay, Sarah, switch and B2.
Hey guys, I'm back again. We just did the unveiling of the bench in front of the Belisa Abafat Center. And you know what? The nice thing is this. Harry Belafonte is a legend. Everybody knows him across the world, across the globe. Like James said earlier on, guys like Nelson Mandela, Cyril Ramaphosa, and some other activists speaks highly of him. And he has been so amazing in helping our people fighting against the oppression. And having his daughter basically in the heart of the Cape Flats, between Lavender Hill and Steenberg, unveiling a bench, in his remembrance is something big. It's a bench that will help our people remember that we are not that local, we are not that small type of people, we are well known across the globe. And you know what? The nice thing about this whole thing is that there was black people, there was colored people, there was Indian people, there was white people. It was a diverse group of people that was here in the heart of the Cape Flats. So I want to encourage you guys, if you think that you are not that significant, you are significant, you are big, you are amazing. We need to start spreading love. We need to stop fighting, one another, and think about what life is really about. Life is not about us fighting each other. Life is not about us being evil to one another, but life is about spreading love, spreading joy. So the whole event here at the center was amazing. It was a great event. It was well put together by the organizers, by the activists and the people and the businesses. So many people invested time and money into this project, and it was a success. Just knowing that we were part of the bigger picture, we were part of the bigger puzzle. So I want to encourage you guys to please support James from Uthando and his partners, and make South Africa, make the Cape Flats, make Cape Town great again. I want to leave you with that, and I want to leave you with the words of myself. Let joy take over. Let joy guide us. Let love indicate to where we must go next. Be blessed and have an awesome day. Okay, I have a guest joining me. He's just going to say a couple of words. Sir, how are you?
Thank you, sir.
You good? Good. What's your name?
Roberto, as you can see.
Roberto Carlos, not a soccer player.
Well, I could play soccer, but I'm not as good as those guys.
Tell us about the event and tell us about yourself.
Yes, I'm just privileged to be involved in the art, matters of the art.
Okay, matters of the art.
Because that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Us having feelings for others.
Yeah.
Trying to make an impact on other people's lives.
Yeah.
Changing their lives.
Yes.
And the selfishness of today's world.
Yes. Yes.
Where we just put ourselves in the corner.
Yes.
Chasing personal glory and all that.
Yes. Yes.
We personally, I'm involved in Hanover Park in a youth organization called Yes. As you can see, Youth Impact and Sustainable Solutions. What we do is we rescue youth, school dropouts, matriculants are out of school now, especially in Hanover Park. There are more than 200 students coming from matric every year. And most of them don't get work.
Yes.
So they're sitting in homeless there right now. So we grab hold of them.
Before the gangsters get hold of them.
Wow. And we try and give them opportunities, skill sets. We've got hospitality and chefing. And we also got hairdressing and barber. As you can see, I did my So we've got those two skill sets and also a lot of life skills around it, because if you're going to equip youth with skills, you've got to change their mindset first, because they're also youth that's coming from a background that's broken.
And how does the community accept this project?
Well, we've from 2015 to up till now, there's about 400 youth that came to our programs.
Well done.
Of which 70% of those youth are in good spaces. They're either working overseas, Dubai.
Yes.
So we've got a good track record. We've got a lot of success stories. So the people in the community, they know what the value is of the program. It's not a fly-by-night.
No, it's been there for years.
It's been there for years, and it runs over 35 days to 40 days. But it's impactful and it's sustainable.
Yes.
So what we we do is we equip you as well. Where other programs, they'll teach you the skill and then they'll just throw you out there. So we actually give you the fishing rod as well. There's chefing equipment you need, there's chefing gear, there's hairdressing, hair dryers and stuff. And we set you up for your business. So you can either go into a business or go work in those fields, or you can open up your own business, or you can use whatever you've been taught as disciplines into other fields. But it's the whole idea is the psychology of training your mind and also making you realize the gifts that you got inside of you. Take away all the from an overpark's point of view, where there's a lot of things going on in people's lives and like this. Take away all the rubble and make them realize this is the version that was meant for me. Yes, so and then connected to that, obviously when we have organizations and NPOs, you need support and backup. This is where Uthando comes in. Uthando is playing a key role in an overpark. With the support we're getting. And what I love about Uthando and James, they're not just writing out checks and saying this, that and the other. They are hands-on.
They're part of the project.
And they understand, and they've also taught us and made us all aware of the theme of love, the heart. That's why I'm carrying the heart on the side, because this is the influence of Uthando. They have awakened something in us, consciousness in us, where your heart has to be changed, and the heart is the thing. Once you focus on the heart, and then we can find each other.
You can change many things if you have your heart. But I want to ask you, how do people get in contact with you from an overpark?
Okay, we are on the website. We can change our world, and also we've got so many. We don't have a lot of capacity at the moment because our premises isn't that big. So we've got a lot of people standing in the queue to get into the program. But whoever wants to get in touch with me and my wife, I'm on Facebook, Roberto. So they can get involved with me via Facebook, and I can get the details. Or if they're near in the area, they know where we are, they can come and visit us and put their names on the list so that they can go through the programs, their children or something.
Roberto, thank you so much and all the best, and may this project grow and is bigger.
Yes, and I just want to say something about the Harry Belafonte factor, which we grew up with Plezierboot. We know Harry Belafonte's daughter, the Love Boat. And I just want to, for those who don't know him, that's how we knew Harry Belafonte, and I also grew up with music. So
part of your
I'm grateful for what he's done and the humanity that he's the example set for us to be able to go further and to do these things. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Appreciate it.
mistreatment. Maybe there's just an understanding of that's how animals are treated because of the way maybe people have experienced animals up until that point. So there is never judgment. We work with educating, sharing different values, and if we find there's still no chance for rehabilitation, then we will remove the animal. But actually we find that there's always opportunity to just rethink the way animals are looked after, and we do a lot of work with children. So we have an education program that goes into schools, and we have an education program that works in the community. And you know, we find that when we go into schools, after that we'll find an increase in proactive healthcare. Like children will get their parents to bring kids for vaccinations, etc. So it's usually from a case of just like not knowing differently. That's all it is.
Educating the community.
Totally.
And not judging.
And by far, the owners that we work with love their animals. By far, 90% of the people we work with, they bring their animals to mobile clinics, they bring their animals to the clinic for vaccinations, for sterilization. sterilization, for shots. And you know what? Sometimes the animal owners in places can get a bad rap.
That's
but
right.
actually, by far, the bulk of them are people who love their animals.
Correct.
And so that's why we're there to actually help them fully as well.
And how do we follow you? How do we get to know you guys?
So the name is Umzananda Animal Clinic.
Okay.
But if you were to just look up Animal Clinic Kailicha, you'd find us. Animal Clinic Kailicha.
I will go like your page now and I will follow you. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you so much. And we benefit from Uthando. They are amazing sponsors of the work we do, and because of them, we get so much done, especially proactive things like sterilization, which is key.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
I'm from NOAH, Neighborhood Old Age Homes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we provide services to SASA pensioners in Woodstock, Kailicha, and in Athlone.
Yeah, okay. And how can people get in contact with you?
Well,
okay, there we go. Noah, okay.
Our website is noah.org.za.
Yeah.
So people can contact us.
And you help people to get registered for the SASA, obviously, and things like that.
Yes, and also we provide housing and clinics for medical care, and also day centers where people can come and spend the day and do activities.
And do you have an office where people can maybe come to?
Yes, our head office is in Woodstock.
Okay.
So they can come there. That's where they can come speak to me or to any of our program managers.
Yeah.
And the phone number is on my shirt.
Okay. Can you guys see? It's 021-447-6334. 021-447-6334 for our elderly folks. There's a service for you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and keep doing what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
And Uthando is part of your...
Uthando and us work together. They've given us 2 benches, one in Athlone and one in Kailicha, and we just love the work that they do. They are fantastic supporters of us, and we'd like to support them.
And thank you for the work that you are doing as well.
Yeah, and thanks for taking our voice to the people.
I will. Thank you so much. Okay.
Stephen's coming on from Utah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got another young man with me. His name is Stephen from Utah. Tell us more about yourself, Stephen.
Hi, so I work for Utah. We equip individuals and communities with skills to overcome homelessness. Yeah.
Okay. And homelessness is quite big in South Africa, Cape Town especially.
Yeah, we've got more than 14,000 people living on the streets at the moment. And Utah, we provide more than just a soup and a blanket. We actually provide a rehabilitation journey into independence, employment, and sobriety. So we're trying to turn the tide, but as you said, it's a massive problem. So many folk living on the street, and particularly since COVID, we've just seen those numbers really surging.
Do you think it can also be unemployment? It can also be mental issues, mental health issues, and so on? Can you think it's a factor of many things?
It's a whole cluster of things, but we think the causes of homelessness is if you have lack of economic opportunities and also a breakdown of social support networks. When those two things combine, that's when homelessness generally occurs. And we see in South Africa unemployment is so high, very few people have economic opportunities, and because of the legacy of apartheid, our social structures break down with gangsterism, substance abuse, and so people find themselves in those two situations, end up on the streets. So
And how can people get in contact with you? If they want to help, or maybe if they want to volunteer time?
Great, they can jump on our website. It's homeless.org.za, and we've got various tabs. If people want to volunteer, there's a volunteering tab. If they want to donate, we collect clothing and goods in kind because we run charity shops that our beneficiaries work in. And if people want to support with financial donations, they can donate also on our website.
Stephen, thank you so much. Continue what you're doing. We appreciate you, and keep shining that light.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Hey.
I've been sent your way.
Yes, how are you, sir?
I'll just give me 1 second.
Okay, he just want to finish his... What's your name?
My name's Peter McIntosh.
Okay.
I'm from the Natural Building Collective.
Yes, I remember James spoke about you.
Yeah, we've had about a 7-year relationship with James, and he helped us build an ECD in Delft.
Yeah.
And now we're building another school in Nederveld.
Nice.
Using tires and upcycled materials. And we've got an amazing partnership. And we're having a lot of success with the community. There's a lot of community participation. And they put their hearts and souls into it. Speaking of the heart, the community community gets really involved in the process, and they are the success of the buildings. So there's a lot of buy-in. We don't even have security on site.
Wow.
Although that should probably be cut.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. Or is this live?
This is live, unfortunately, but I don't think they will listen to it.
Just because we employ 100% local labor from completely around the site. And there's a lot of just buy-in, so the heart and soul's evidence because the art that these guys create. So we often get, the compliments for producing the buildings, and it rings really hollow because it's not us. It is the community, and it is the people. So it's a very powerful thing. And I'm blessed to be in partnership with James and to spread the love and make all of these different things happen.
And do you think also that by people recycling the same things that they throw into drains and stuff, they're recycling now to build these institutions? Do you think it's also helping with what's currently happening on the Cape Flats? So people are cleaning up and taking care of the environment?
What we do is in response to the climate crisis. So there are a lot of different threads that pull into sustainable building. So it is about cleaning up the environment, it's about upcycling, about carbon emissions. It's about the community as well, about employing local labor. It's about providing inspiring buildings that thermally that are very comfortable to live in. They're warm in winter and cool in summer. It's about building relationships. It's about changing lives. And we must always remember that the building process is such a small amount of time. And it's what's left with, and the people that inhabit these spaces that keep the life going and create the change. So we're just involved for a small portion of time. We do our best to think of it as many different things as we can, pull everything together, and then it comes to life with James's help.
Thank you. And I think you guys are doing an amazing job. I've been following James with this project. He speaks very highly of it. So continue what you're doing. How can people follow you on social media?
So the company is called Natural Building Collective, and we're on Facebook, Instagram. That's the easiest way to find us. We've also got a website, naturalbuildingcollective.com. So if you type in Natural Building Collective, you'll find us.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
I've got a young man here that's going to speak to us now. How are you?
I'm good, man. Good seeing you again.
Good. Likewise. You've been busy. You've been building a lot of benches, being involved with the projects and stuff. Tell us more about the last few months here.
Okay, so what has been great is the partnership with Uthando. Like I said earlier in the meeting, is that we've got a company of great change makers. And what we're basically doing is that cohesive link between different organizations to make their venues and spaces a safe space. What the bench does, it speaks to that. It's a space to sit, to relax, to breathe, and have honest conversations around the things, social issues that plague us. And so the armrest and the backing are those support structures, like in this room, that already exist, and we're just bringing them together to say to that 15-year-old that committed suicide in Mitchell's Plain, and that shouldn't have been the case. That there was somebody that you could talk to. That there's somebody that says, I see you, I hear you. That you matter to this world and that you belong. That's what it is. And these people in this room signify that. And that's what we are called to as a community. To be, we can all make a difference. But when we stand together, we can make meaningful change happen.
Awesome. And how do the viewers follow you for more information on your project?
So there's the Kind Not Bench. There's a website. There's a Facebook page. And just look at the hashtag Kind Not Bench. You'll find it there. And just, if you want more information, contact me. I'm on social, Facebook. Artist Bradley_Bailey. So as a visual artist, I use the vehicle of the art medium to create this awareness around social ills. And if you want to hook up, if you want your space and venue to become that safe space, get in contact with me or Uthando, and we'll take it further.
Brendan, thank you so much. Continue what you're doing. You've been busy with this for a long time, so continue.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Julle ken mos vir haar.
Hallo my TikTok cousins en my Facebook cousins en my WhatsApp cousins. Hi Stan.
How are you?
Ek voel soos ek gaan nou vir jou interview. So Stan, how does it feel to be here and live stream this?
It feels nice to be here. I think it's an amazing event, and I think it's beautiful in the heart of the Cape Flats. Not Menenberg, this year.
Lavender Hills, Steenberg. So I'm honored. You guys know me at home as a stand-up comedian, an internationally acclaimed, award-winning stand-up comedian. And I was approached by Uthando to be the MC for today, and it's an honor for me to use my gift. And not just, people think when you're a comic, no, then you must just come and make the people laugh and be stupid and silly. But what transpired here today is voices coming together, different ideas, different ventures, and having funders in this venue. Dan moet jy dan ken jong, jy moet stories sê want jy weet nie geld die binne nie. Now you can ask me your questions then.
What do you think about this whole venture, this whole thing happening here today? I mean, you have somebody like Harry Belafonte's daughter here. That is not a small name. That is like having one of the biggest artists in the world in the heart of the Cape Flats. What do you think about it?
I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed to have a direct descendant from someone that has, like being in the trenches. Harry Belafonte was an artist. He was a actor. He was an activist. He used his art to build forward his message. And I feel like for his daughter to be here, to unveil a bench. And that bench, it is so symbolic. I made a post on social media saying, as an artist, I suffer from depression, but then I have to go and make other people laugh. I have to put it aside. That bench is like just a moment in time of don't give up. Go sit, rest, come back refreshed. Now you come. But it was an honor. She did do a Kanye West moment on me though. She took the mic away from me. I'm gonna let you speak, I'm gonna let you speak. But that just shows how comfortable she is with us. Because when she said that she likes to dance, I'm like, daarom as jy hier nie Kaap en hier's katos as 'n biscuit. But it was a prolific moment for me and I will never forget it. And for her to be able to hand over the baton to her daughter, third generation, which means that their family will be so blessed, and their children, and their children, and their children's children.
And they don't.
They came all the way from America.
They came to our backyard to come and inspire us and to help us tell our stories to the rest of the world.
You know what that shows me? That we have all the resources here. We are stuck in a culture where we need validation. We needed one person from America to come to say, that's what you guys are doing is dope. Maybe do it so, and give us some funding. But we have the resources. But thank you, Adrienne and Rachel, for honoring your father, honoring his legacy, and showing us that you guys will continue it, and it didn't just stop by him.
Thank you so much. All the best. We're gonna follow you.
Please follow me, guys. That Comedy Chick, Instagram, TikTok, and all in Peterson on Facebook. I love you guys. Thank you, Stan.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. And then I have another young lady here from the Amy Foundation. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here today. It's a fantastic day.
Awesome. Tell us more about your organization.
All right. So Amy Foundation was actually named after a young lady called Amy Beale. She was killed in Gugulethu in 93 in political mob violence. 4 of those young men were jailed for her murder. They were sentenced to 18 years, but they served a 5-year sentence. They appealed to the TRC, which was supported by both Amy's mom and dad, Linda and Peter Beale. And so they served 5 years of an 18-year sentence. By that time, the Beales had established the Amy Beale Foundation. And we've been running for 27 years. So out of that terrible tragedy has come the most amazing organization. We look after school programs from children between the ages of 5 and 18, about 1,400. And we look after 18 to 35-year-olds, about 650 for the year. And we do youth skills development programs. Our main our main idea is to change lives, and that's kind of what we're wanting to do. So this year we are going to be looking after 2,000 young beneficiaries. So it's a big ask, as you can imagine. So we are very, very excited and always well supported by James and Uthando and Kolani and his team. Our relationship spans over 15 years.
That's a long time, eh?
It's a very, very long time. And James has just been a catalyst for change. Sometimes I feel he should actually run for president. I mean, if you heard the wonderful speech that he has today, and he's just got this amazing sense of understanding and love, and really he epitomizes Ubuntu for us. So yeah, we love James, we love Uthando.
James, I love you very much.
We love you, James. And it's just been a fantastic journey with Uthando. The opportunities that are there and that allow the Amy Foundation to do what we do, we can't do it without support like James and the rest of the other organizations that help Amy Foundation. So yeah, very privileged to be able to be here today. And obviously to meet the family of Harry Belafonte.
That's big, eh?
Huge,
That's
huge. Yes. I'm going to go do my selfie, but I haven't had the courage to do it. So hopefully I'll be able to build up the courage to do so. Thank you so much for being here today.
And all the best to the organization.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Have a good day. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers, bye. Hey, I've got a young lady with me now. What's your name?
My name is Liz Westofile.
And what do you do?
I am one of the trainers for Abalim Bezekai.
Okay.
Abalim Bezekai is a non-governmental organization that is supporting the communities to grow their own food gardens. So I'm the trainer who's running basic courses, training people how to start your own garden.
Yes.
So we are using organic methods, no chemicals. We have a garden center in Kailicha.
Nice.
It's called Culture Garden Center, and there's another one in Nyanga. We started in 1982.
Wow.
Actually,
This is a long time, eh?
Yeah, and we're still strong and running, and there's still a lot of people who need our help. People doesn't even know how to start a garden, how to grow their own spinach and cabbages. So we are working with community gardeners. We are working with home gardeners, and we do follow-ups. So there's a three-day training that people can start with, and for the training, people after the training they get startup pack, and then after that we do follow-up to them. And we are also organizing markets. We have a market called Harvest of Hope for the community. So if they have a bigger gardens, they can sell their vegetables to that market. So we support them with training, with resources from these two garden centers, and we also do maintenance of their infrastructure like the borehole water, so that they can pump water from underground when we have funding. So we also have social workers within our centers that are dealing with different social issues. So
you're very busy.
We are very, very, very busy.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and all the best. And how can people follow you?
Abalimi Bezekaya, or we are on Facebook. Abalimi is on Facebook, or they can contact Abalimi on the email info@abalimi.org.za.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, and the website is Abalimi, Abalimi, yes.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, okay. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
My name's Cheryl Harper.
Cheryl, you are very active in the organization. Tell us more about your role.
Okay, so I've got my own company called We Can Change Our World. We're an online media site, and we showcase everything about making a difference. So I showcase all the NGOs, and then I deal with the corporates, and I try and match corporate funding and support to NGOs. Anyway, I'm integrally now involved with Uthando because they align with our ethos and everything. So we also showcase all the Uthando projects on our side, and we do all the communications, we take it out on media, and then I'm very involved with actually helping James to put the whole Uthando entity together, to go to the corporates, to actually get funding and support and that sort of thing. Because once we get the big funding and everything, we can realize our dreams.
Correct. You need funding. Funding is important.
Absolutely. You can't do it without big funding. And it involves big funding.
Yes.
But it's already growing and evolving so unbelievably that the funding will come naturally.
Definitely. And what do you think about today's event?
Today's event event was incredible, absolutely incredible. It just showed absolutely what Uthando is all about and about what the heart means. And it also is about giving the message out there, which is not only domestically but also globally, that if the world needs heart. There's so much negativity, there's so many wars, there's so much negativity out there. We need heart, which represents love, peace, hope, to actually take over the war. And everyone wants to go with it. No one says no. So
it's like a trend.
It's like a complete cloud, beautiful yellow cloud, green cloud, that's taking over. So it will happen.
It will happen. Thank you so much. Anything you want to add?
Well, thank you to you guys for giving us the exposure. The exposure is very, very important. And yes, we are definitely on the road to huge success.
I agree.
And to bringing about heart and love to the world.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much and all the best. And then I have a young lady from Manova Park. I'm looking for us, Auntie Everal. Auntie Everal, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Tell us more about your organization in Manova Park.
Okay, we are in Manova Park. The organization's name is Uthando South Foundation. And we also started a movement called Moms Move for Justice, Peace and Reconciliation. So yes, we're excited to be here today.
What do you think about this whole event? I mean, you had Harry Belafonte's daughter here. That is big. I mean, for somebody that grew up on the music.
Wow. You know, it was such an honor. Even to have her in Hanover Park, where people didn't want to come into Hanover Park. She came, Adrienne and her daughter came in. And you know, I'm so excited even with the Heart Project that for what is happening. When people were busy dying, the heart was rebirth. And you know, what's so awesome about even the Heart Project, we can move it into cathedrals, into mosques, into churches, anywhere. And I'm just so very excited to be part of this movement. I'm excited.
Yes. And the movement is growing, I must say.
It's growing. And you know, it's like, it maakt je mensen wakker. We all have it within ourselves. Love, kindness. And although the world is so evil out there, just to give love, kindness every day. I want to thank, in this, I also want to thank Uthando. Not also, I want to. I want to because James is so beautiful. He, you know, what he dreamed and how it, what is happening. And what, I'm just thinking of my own community there. We started with bins, coloring the bins. You know, it changed the whole atmosphere. And people, more and more, you can see the love for people, for one another. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you so much. And James is like one of us already, eh?
He's family.
He's one of us.
He's family. I don't know, should I call him my son? or what? But I can't call him my son. Yeah, he's one of us. Thank you so much.
All the best. How can they follow you?
On my Facebook page, Uthando South Foundation, or Moms Move for Justice.
Here we go. Uthando Andrews. So guys, please follow her. Please support her. She does amazing work. In the Nova Park.
Ja, maar ik moet nog je Instagram weer, hè? En die Twitter.
Die Twitter, oké. Thank you. Well. Guys, so we spoke to quite a few people. You guys can hear that Uthando is a centerpiece for many of these people. Uthando does amazing work. James Ferns is an amazing person, and like Auntie Everal said, he's making us alive again. We forgot. I thought everybody forgot about us, but what's currently happening here in Steenbok, Lavendale, means that things are about to change on the Cape Flats. There is hope. There is joy. We just need to work together and stop fighting one another and stop allowing politics to dictate, but we as people need to stand up. So guys, if you guys didn't watch the whole broadcast, please, there's a live below. Go watch the live, go check out what today was about. Today is about hope, it's about change, it's about joy, it's about love, it's about changing the narrative, it's about changing our mindsets. And all these organizations from all over Cape Town came together and said, you know what, we're going to stand together. This is not an event, it's a movement that just took place today. It's a movement that's about to change the whole of the Cape Flats. So I don't know, you guys think or know how big this is. I want to encourage you, if you guys are out there, follow Uthando South Africa, follow James, follow all the organizations that I just interviewed and become part of the movement. Guys, have a blessed Saturday and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.